So we know that if cancer is diagnosed at an early stage, then treatment is far more likely to be successful. So that's because cancer at an early stage is unlikely to have spread through the body, and that means there are more treatment options available for people. So it's really important that if you spot anything that's unusual about your body or any change that doesn't go away, that people go and speak to their GP. It's likely that it's not cancer, but it's really important to get checked out, and your GP will be able to help you with whatever the problem is. Well, actually, we have an updated statistic, which we updated 2 years ago in 2014, and it's no longer just 1 in 3. Now, 1 in 2 people born after 1960 will get cancer at some point in their lifetime. It's important to remember, though, that cancer is mainly a disease of older age. So 9 in 10 cases of cancer happen in people over 50. Anyone can get cancer, but it is far more likely as you get older. And these kind of statistics, they might sound really scary, but the good news is that since the 1970s, survival of cancer has doubled. So in the 1970s, 1 in 4 people would survive their cancer. Now it's 2 in 4, so it's half. Cancer is no longer a death sentence, and the earlier it's diagnosed, the easier it is to treat, and the more likely it is that treatment is successful. Yeah, that's a really important point, because we know more than 4 in 10 cases of cancer could actually be prevented. And that's mainly through really simple lifestyle changes that people can make in their day-to-day lives, such as making sure that people don't smoke, having a healthy, balanced diet, keeping a healthy weight, so not being overweight or obese, being physically active, making sure that people are staying safe in the sun, and drinking as little alcohol as possible. Yes, absolutely. So if a husband or a boyfriend notices anything that's a bit strange, absolutely, they should feel comfortable to speak up about it and to mention it to their girlfriend or their wife, and to encourage them to go and see someone about it. So when it comes to bowel cancer, that's also one of the really important cancers here in the UK. We see a lot of cases of bowel cancer. The symptoms of bowel cancer can be a bit tricky, because a lot of the time they can be something that we've all experienced. And they include things like a change in your bowel habits. So, for example, going to the toilet more often than usual. And that's something that people might not notice initially, because it's something that, we've all experienced. But if your change in bowel habit doesn't go away, then it's important to go and see someone about it. Another important symptom of bowel cancer is blood in your poo. So if there's any kind of darker brown or red in the poo, it's really important to go and talk to your GP or the practice nurse. So prostate cancer, it is a bit of a tricky one, but it is far more likely in older age. So older men are far more likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer. So we're talking people over 50, actually over 70 as well. So really as people retire, that kind of age group. But some young men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer as well. And some of that possibly could have to do with the fact that nowadays we have very, very good technologies to look for cancer and to find more cancers. And that can sometimes mean that we find cancers that are very slow growing, particularly prostate cancers can sometimes do that, and would never have caused a problem in a man's lifetime. And that's something that we are looking into as part of some of our research, because it's a really important question to answer. Did we need to find this cancer? Would it have caused a problem? Did this man need treatment or not? And prostate cancer is one of those that can be a little bit tricky. I wouldn't be able to tell you what exactly the reason is. It's probably different for every man. Some of it might have to do with the fact that men can be very busy because they usually work full time, and that means that they find it really difficult to get an appointment with their GP. That could be one of the problems. Or they just find it really uncomfortable to talk about some of the bodily problems that they may be experiencing. And what I would say to them, it's really worth going. There is no need to be embarrassed. Go and talk to your GP if you've noticed anything unusual. It's probably not cancer, but it's better to get checked. So Cancer Research UK is the only UK charity dedicated to beating all kinds of cancer. And we're completely funded by donations, and we don't receive any government funding. What we mainly do with these donations is we invest in research into cancer. So that includes basic biology, how cancer could be prevented, and then obviously also treatment, how can we cure people. Some of the really big advances that we've made, for example, is that we've developed a kinder version of a treatment for several types of cancer, including testicular cancer, which is called cisplatin. So we've developed a kind of version of that, which means people who take it now have far less serious side effects and have a better quality of life while they're receiving that treatment. Another study that we funded is a very, very big study called the Million Women Study, which found that hormone replacement therapy, which is something that some women might use during their menopause, can also be linked to cancer. And that's drastically changed the kind of information women now get who consider taking this kind of treatment. And then in terms of what's in the pipeline, one of the things that we're really excited about at the moment is something called immunotherapy, which is a new type of treatment for cancer where we basically wake up the body's own immune system so it starts to fight the cancer from the inside, which is super exciting. We now have some clinical trials that we're funding that are going on in this area for certain types of cancer, and we're really hopeful that this will be a very exciting step forward in curing cancer in the future. Absolutely. So we love to hear from people and we love to get support from people. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. So anyone interested in what we do and how they can help can visit our website at cruk.org.uk and find out more ways of helping. So obviously donations from anyone are always welcome, and we use them in the best possible way to find ways to cure cancer. But people who don't have money right now might want to think about other ways of giving, for example, leaving something in their will, which is also something that we do. And people who want to help us in other ways are also very welcome, and there's lots more information about things such as volunteering for us on the website as well.
Thank you very much for being with us. We're grateful.
You're very welcome. Thank you.